Hello everybody, Daniel here and welcome once again to Showdown Sunday. Apologies for a bit of derailment in the schedule this week. I'll try and get back to it next week. It's been a bit all over the place, a lot of stuff happening right now. I'll talk about it in future. We've got a Pokemon commentary today, and you're probably immediately looking at the team wondering what the hell is that Pikachu doing there? This is an OU team with a competitive Pikachu. I am using the Light Ball with Volt Tackle, Quick Attack Substitute, and Focus Punch. Yes, Focus Punch on a freaking Pikachu, and let me tell you, this team has worked wonders during the week, caught so many people off guard. See, the idea of this team is it's supposed to look like I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing, hence the just bad nicknames in general kind of across the board, not even naming the Gengar, misspelling the Gliscor's nickname. The idea is it gives that impression I have no idea what to do, and it lulls people into a false sense of security, and because of that I can actually devastate them with likes of the Pikachu, likes of the Gengar, and likes of the Infernape. I have to be very careful on the Pokemon I want to select for this team, because I do want it to look like I have no idea what I'm doing, so I kind of avoided Gen 5 for that reason. But all of these actually have a competitive moveset, all of them have EVs, all of them have the correct natures. It's a team constructed exactly the way I want. And again, it's got things to catch them off guard, like our good old Destiny Bond counter Gengar. So, with that in mind, let's jump right into the first game and let's see how much of a kill streak we can rack up with this Pikachu. So normally whenever I jump straight into this team, I kind of expect just to see some really standard OU stuff, but this looks a little bit UU, doesn't it? Look at that Heracross and that Arcanine. It's kind of venturing out of the UU metagame, just into OU. That's a bit weird to see. I don't actually see that often. Let's see what we got here though. Probably just a standard Life Orb, Starmie, defensive Ferroton. I'm going to guess it's just a standard Shell Smash, Life, well, the Herb that reduces the stats, that one. Cloyster, probably just sub-disable Gengar because they're still running. I'm going to actually guess that either the Arcanine and the Heracross is actually banded here. He doesn't seem to have much that could... Is he ending on... Okay, one of those is Bandit or one of those is Choice Scarf. The Gengar is definitely not Choice Scarf. That would be a bit silly. Scarf Gengar is not really a thing that people do these days. Used to be back in Gen 4. Some people actually just do it to catch people off guard. Get the Stray Scarf Salamence. Not today, though. So I guess it we're pretty safe. Unless he leads with a Starmie, when we're pretty okay to go for Infernape. It's actually just going to go straight for the Cloyster. This works fine, because we can just go for a close combat. I mean, we do have our good old Focus Sash, so we are going to live. We're actually faster than him. We're going to get a nice bit of damage off on him. Going to get those defense drops right off the bat. He's going to go straight for the Shell Smash. This is not a problem because we do have the Mach Punch. It means that we are going to live this encounter just on full health entirely. So we've got nothing to really fear here. His Cloyster is just immediately dealt with, and we still have our Sash on our Infernape. So that's a fantastic start right there. This team has problems with water types. There's nothing I got really to kind of resist it. Pikachu is only the real resistance to it. And it's a freaking Pikachu. Like, how much do you expect Pikachu to do? He's going to go straight into his Heracross. I'm just going to go for the over. He's actually doing a bit of a prediction there. That was a good play on his part. I didn't actually expect him to do that. Now he's got the increase in firepower. I'm just going to go straight into my heavily defensive Gliscor, see how nicely we take it. He's just going to go for the close combat, which is actually ideal. He must have been over-predicting to... Well, actually, no, he wouldn't have been over-predicting anything. Okay, I'm surprised he just didn't go for the stab fire move there, because that probably would have been his best bet. Well, he's definitely going to want to stay in, because all he's got essentially is the Flare Blitz he could go for. He'll take a hefty bit of recoil. I could probably just live it and kill him with Earthquake. So what I want to do right now is... I'm just going to go for a Roost and just scout. Oh, he's going to go straight for that Flare Blitz. The recoil racking up heavily there. Thankfully, we take that just the extent we might just live the next hit. So that's quite handy to actually know. Oh, it'd be a shame if Gliscor actually dies here. My Batsatir actually dies now, because I have a Sword Stance and a Baton Pass in this. If I get that to the Pikachu, then Pikachu is a freaking monster when he gets that going. Let's just go straight for another one of these. He seems to be getting a lot of max min damage right now. We just seem to be taking him out through the Flare Blitz recoil. I'm going to guess he's actually going to switch in this way. I'm just going to Roost so I get up to a healthy situation. See, sure enough, he's actually going to switch out to his Starmie. That's going to force me to switch in turn. Still in a very good situation because we have dealt with that Cloyster, and his Arcanine is pretty much dead. My only real switch for his Starmie, by the way, is to go straight into my Fortress. He's actually going to go for the Ice Beam, predicting... Oh, okay, just actually because it's the Gliscor, not predicting the Garchomp. That's right. Best play for me right now, just go straight for the Volt Switch. This thing does have the Rhapsody. He gets a really unfortunate critical hit off of my guy. Oh my god. That's tragic, and we can't switch. You can't switch directly into a Pikachu like this. Horrible idea in general to do. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go straight out to our Gengar because we've got nothing to really fear here, and I'm just gonna. I want him to switch into his Ferrothorn. I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball right now, just to kind of ensure that he does. He's actually gonna stay and go for the Psyshock, which is a bit weird in the Starmie. They normally don't do that. It's kind of guaranteed to die, and it's so common for a Gengar to run Sash. I want him to switch into his Ferrothorn, by the way, so that when he switches into it, I can kind of now predict the Leech Seeds, and from that, I can get a safe switch at some point into my Pikachu. That's what I'm kind of going for right now. He's probably just going to go for the Leech Seed here to finish me off, so I'm not going to want to go for the Destiny Bond. It's a bad idea. We should just go straight out to our Gliscor. He's actually just going to go for the Stealth Rocks. Okay, that will kill Gengar in the long run, I guess. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go for a Swords Dance. I'm hoping that he stays in here, because we can get a Baton Pass off to our freaking Pikachu. If he does, he's just going to go for a Power Whip, actually, which is going to be doing no damage. So predicting from that, what is he going to want to do next? See, if he just keeps going for the Power Whips, he's not going to accomplish much, and he kind of just figured that out for himself. He knows I'm just going to set up in his face if I keep doing that. His best play at the moment would probably be to switch to his Gengar with the Levitate and dodge the potential Earthquake. So I'm going to go for the Baton Pass so I get the switch second. Sure enough, he's just going to go straight out for the Gengar, which is fantastic for us. And now we have a very nice switch, because thanks to this Gliscor, we have 3 potential things that we can switch into. We have our Pikachu, our Infernape, and our Garchomp. And all of them will greatly appreciate this. So, what do we want to do next? I'm trying to think here. It's still not a great idea to switch into Pikachu, because this is a freaking Gengar. And it will just wreak havoc in our face. So what we're going to have to do... Probably just going to have to go for the Infernape, and maybe go for a Thunder Punch. An Overheat may not take him out in his entirety. Well, actually, I know I can live a hit, so I'm just going to try and do as much as I can. Oh, actually, no, Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock's a thing. Oh, damn it. Well, okay. Well, you see, this isn't too bad of a situation, because we got the Iron Fist, we got ×2 to the attack. A Thunder Punch should do an awful lot of damage. He's not going to appreciate taking that. So we can just kind of safely go for that and guarantee that we're going to get a lot of damage off in this Gengar. Now, you could just go for the Substitute just to kind of resist a couple of hits. You kind of scout what I'm doing. He's actually not going to go for anything, and just Thunder Punch is going to take him clean out. That works too. That's fine with me. I'm really anticipating now that Heracross is his choice Scarf, because he really hasn't done much with it. Where you can just go for the Mach Punch, he's actually going to go for the Extreme Speed, get a higher bit of priority on us. Probably should have seen that coming, but what are you going to do? At least it is out of the way. I apologize for my voice, by the way. It's a bit all over the place this morning. What is he going to want to do next? I'm really thinking that that's a choice Scout Heracross now. He still has not gone into it. Well, we can just kind of go for the Overheat here off on this, because it's just not going to appreciate it. We can actually just get a one-hit KO on it. That is fine with us. And now he's going to go finally into his Heracross. We finally get to scout what this bloody thing is. We've got enough Pokemon to deal with it as well. Let's just go for a close combat, because we got the special attack drop already. So let's just go straight for that close combat. ×2 attack as well. Let's finally see if this guy is freaking Choice Scout. No matter if he is Choice Scout, no matter what he locks himself into, it's not going to be a great situation for him. He's actually not, because he's slow. He's going for this Stone Edge. So I'm going to predict that this guy is actually Bandit. And just by going on that, he's going to go for another Stone Edge. We know that our Garchomp is actually just going to be faster than him. We can just go for a Fire Fang and win the game. GG. Oh my god, he's going for the Endure. I was literally about to type GG there. He's got a Salic Berry. Well, this is an interesting turn event. Not GG just yet. Okay, now it's GG. Well, that made very little difference in the long run. Still managed to obliterate him in there. As you can see there, my ranking is still quite high. Hopefully in the next game we can get a situation with this Pikachu, because let me tell you, that Pikachu's amazing when it gets going. Now we can successfully say GG. And let us move on to our next game. And we are on to our next game. This is actually a very UU looking team. Look at all those things. We got a Rotom Heated. Freaking Electivire, like, I don't even know. That's actually going to be a huge problem for our Pikachu. He's not really going to be able to get in on that thing. This is a really weird looking team. Oh my god, it's got the Apollyon and Scizor as well. So I'm really not sure what this guy's going to lead with now, just because how odd this team is. Well then, Let us go with the Infernape. He's actually just going to leave with that Electivire. Well, this is an Electivire. So, it's an Electivire. We don't really have too much to fear here. Let's just go for that Overheat. Let's deal an awful lot of damage to it. Electivire doesn't take it well. You can use Earthquake. Fine. Get me down to my Sash. I don't really care all that much. Close combat. He's actually going to switch to a Chandler, anticipating the Mach Punch there. Okay, he made a smart play there. He made a smart play. Let's go straight out to the Fortress. I know it's a bit of a ballsy move to actually do on a freaking Chandler, because it is a Chandler. It is the strongest fire type in the game. Not even going to resist that Shadow Ball on it. Nice, and this is especially defensive Fortress as well. And that's kind of tragic. Now we are going to have to predict the fire type move. Let us go straight out into our Gengar. We do not want to stay in this thing. Actually going to go back out to the Evire here. Well, this is actually a very nice setup for us, because if we just go for a Shadow Ball, we're just going to get a nice amount of damage off on whatever stays in. He's going to go straight into the Chandler, over-predicting in some horrific game there, and he's going to die horribly because of that. You don't really switch in you don't do that. You don't switch in a Chandler on a Gengar, dear God. I don't know what he was predicting, but that worked just horribly for him. We cannot go for the counter on this Empoleon, because it's probably going to be specially based, so that's a bit unfortunate. We're going to have to go straight back out into our Fortress, hopefully take a hit nicely. He's actually going to want to set the Stealth Rock here. This is a very Gen 4 looking Empoleon, dear God. Actually, a lot of his team looks incredibly Gen 4, doesn't it? Bar the Chandler, of course, which has just died horrifically there. But a lot of his team genuinely does look like it. Let's just go straight for the Volt Switch here, see what he wants to do. He's going to switch into his freaking Evire again. Okay, now he's got... Okay, Evire with the Motor Drive now. This is a bit problematic. And sure enough, the Evire actually does have the Flamethrower. Okay, right. Okay, we got to stop messing around with this thing now. We have got to take this out as quickly and as cleanly as we possibly can here. Let's just go for a Choice Scarf Fire Fang. How did we miss a Fire Fang? Oh my God. He's got an Evire sweep going on right now. Okay, well thankfully this is a situation for the Pikachu here, because we do have the quick attack on this thing. Let's just go for that. Deal with this monster of an Evire that just took out 2 things on my team. Dear God, that is embarrassing. Oh my God. And sure enough, he's just going to go straight out into his Scissor, which is probably just going to want to go for the Bullet Punch. We should probably just get out of there with our Pikachu. He's not going to want to take that. He's actually just going to go straight for the Swords Dance. I don't really fear this as much. This is, once again, a bulky Gliscor. It can take things quite nicely. I'm going to Swords Dance of my own. He's going to Swords Dance of his own as well. Let's just start going for some Earthquakes, because this guy's just going to keep Swords Dancing otherwise. Let's just take off half his health right there. He's going to go, sure enough, just actually for the Bug Bite there. We're going to resist that hit quite nicely. A Bullet Punch at this range should not be enough to take us out. We're going to live that quite nicely and just go for another Earthquake, because he's very reluctant to switch. That is fine with us, and we have successfully dealt with the Scizor. So that is fantastic right now. And we are kind of tearing through his team at this point. Now he's going to switch into his Rotom. This is definitely a specialty Rotom, because it's a Rotom. Could potentially be Choice Scarf, could potentially be Space. He's going to want to go for something strong. Fire attack, I'm going to guess. He's not really going to be that ballsy and predict the kind of Volt Switch on the Gliscor. People don't really do that these days. He's definitely got Levitate, so we've got absolutely nothing that we can do against this guy. I suppose the safest thing for us to do is honestly just scout with the Baton Pass. Sure enough, actually, okay, so he's not Scarf, which means that he's probably Specs. But we can live a hit with our Gengar, most definitely. Oh, actually, those rocks, oh my God. Okay, we just managed to live that. Let's just go straight for the Destiny Bond here. I'm gonna kind of predict him just to attack me once again with something. Like, why wouldn't he? This Gengar's almost dead. He knows that he can live a hit with his Rotom. Let's just go straight for that Destiny Bond and hopefully take out this thing before it just gets really... it's a bit of a monster, to be honest. Don't really have anything that can actually deal with that Rotom effectively. Rotom Heat you just really don't see these days as well. It's always the washing machine variety. So what is he going to want to do next? He's a thinking man. He's kind of predicting what he wants to do. Sure enough, he's actually going to go for the Volt Switch. We have the Destiny Bomb, which is going to take him clean out. That worked fantastically well. Now, unfortunately, our Infernape is going to die from the rocks, which is something that we have to be ever cautious of. Not really sure what we can actually do there. So we've got a Hitmon top left, and we've got an Empoleon left. And we're going to have to rack up a considerable amount of damage with our Pikachu at this stage. We're going to want him to predict something unfortunate. Oh, that's actually tragic in itself. We get the attack drop, so we are going to need to switch straight out to our Gliscor right now. If he goes for the fake out, we should be able to resist it. Oh my God, our Gliscor actually just barely took that hit. Thankfully, it is just a close combat on this thing. We're gonna have to go for a roost because we need this thing in good health. We're down to a freaking Pikachu and a Gliscor at this stage. We are not going to lose to this Evire guy. I mean, oh my god, it's an embarrassing loss if the Evire just manages to kill our entire team. Okay, we're gonna get up to a substantial amount of health. We could probably just go for the Earthquake at this point, kind of deal as much damage as we can on this thing. He's probably just going to go for the Skull or something. Sure enough, he's going to take us clean out. We cannot switch really into our Infernape because he's in such a unfortunate amount of health. And now we are in a really, really tight spot because we still got to deal with that entirety of that Hitmontop, and he could just protect the Volt Switch here, so I'm just going to go straight for the Substitute. He actually protects, which is fantastic news for us, because this means if he overswitches, if he kind of predicts and goes to the Hitmontop now, we can successfully get a Focus Punch off on pretty much whatever. It's actually just going to go for the Skull to break this up. Pikachu strikes again and takes out a second Pokemon on the team. And last though, we have a Hitmontop to deal with. And unfortunately, we know that this thing is packing the close combat, so this is not going to end well for us. Now, I do have a plan here. We're going to go for the first sub, and we're going to lower his defense. He's going to go for the close combat. That's going to drop it on him. We've now got a defense drop and an attack drop, which means that we are on equal terms. I know that I am faster here, so if I go for the Volt Switch... Oh, actually, haha, okay. We're gonna go to the Infernape. Oh wait, no, that won't work. That won't work. Actually, that won't work. I was thinking of going to the Infernape, then using a close combat, we get another attack drop. That's not gonna work. Let's go for straight. Oh no. Let's go straight for that Mach Punch, and tragically, we lost to an Evire. Oh Jesus Christ. This guy left immediately as well. Our ranking has been affected horribly. We dropped out of the 1700s. We'd lost to an Evire, everybody. And perhaps this is a lesson in the end as to why you just shouldn't use Pikachu in competitive OU. It was kind of a fancy idea that I had. In practice, it really doesn't work. There's so many better things that you could probably use than that thing. Definitely just, why not use a Breloom? Just use a Breloom. That would be fantastic. It's not a freaking Pikachu. I wanted to get the whole idea of this team, just kind of pretend that I'm an amateur to work, though. People have really just kind of smartened up, and tragically, it has not worked. But I suppose the experimentation in itself was kind of fun. I mean, how often are you going to see a Pikachu in competitive overview? Let's be honest here. So that's going to wrap up this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned a valuable lesson here, not to use your Pikachu with Light Ball. Probably not going to use this team again, because it hasn't worked too well in the end. Alas, I was doing fantastically well with it during the week. I actually was. I did get a fantastic sweep of that Pikachu off at one point. It did kind of do some work though. I managed to take out the Evire. Got a really nice Focus Punch off on an Empoleon, which was fantastic in itself. Like, Pikachu has very limited uses, I guess. I suppose it's just like Evire in the end. Just incredibly situational. Just don't use it. Don't use it. Dear God, don't do this. I can revamp this team now. I'll get something else in the team and I'll do a lot stronger for it. So that's going to be it for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next commentary. Should be back to regular schedule next week. Hopefully. I got Freshers Week in college. It's going to be a bit crazy. I will be trying to upload though. So goodbye and thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.